Hi soulmates, here is a simple tutorial on how to cut this stylish ruched shoulder underbust pleated peplum dress. So if this is something you like, please kindly hit on the subscribe button. So let's dive right into today's video. So to start drafting, here is my shoulder to bust, underbust, waistline and blouse length. So we are going to do a lot of slash and spread to achieve this dress. First thing you want to do is to place your tape and mark your shoulder measurement divided by 2. Then after marking that, you're going to come down by 1 inch from this point. The next step is to mark out your basic neckline. I'm using 3 inches for this, right? Then I'm going to connect it to my shoulder slope. After connecting this, the next step I'm going to take is to mark my bust measurement divided by 6 plus 1.5 inches. Now I'm going to place my ruler and I'm going to draw a straight line. After drawing that out, I'm going to place my tape again and I'm going to mark my shoulder measurement divided by 2 on the chest line. So I'm just marking this out for reference. We are not going to make use of this. This is more like a cut together shoulder where you want to like extend your shoulder a bit from that of your shoulder point. So my shoulder is 7 inches. You can add extra 2 to 3 inches to it, then you'll be connecting it. Now instead of using your chest line, you're going to measure how open you want it to be towards the armhole. So I'm just going to use something that is not so open. I'm going to place my tape and I'm going to come down, right? So I'm just going to use something slightly above my bust line. Then I'll just go ahead to connect. After connecting, you'll be connecting this to the under bust area. We are marking this as a dartless pattern. So what I'll do is to mark my under bust measurement divided by 4, add my sewing allowance, right? Then I'll go down to my waist, mark the waist measurement divided by 4, add my sewing allowance, mark my hip measurement divided by 4 and add my sewing allowance. Now you want to go ahead to connect your pattern this way, then also go ahead to connect it to the waistline, then connect it all the way down to your blouse length. So I'll just take this all the way down. Now we're going to alter this pattern, but first I'll just go ahead to outline. So from the under bust, you can come up by 1 inch or ½ inch, then you reconnect it back to your under bust this way. I'll go ahead to use my marker to outline it, right, and connect. Now after you're done marking this, the next step is to connect to the lower part. You notice at the front part of this pattern it is overlapping. Now we are going to add an extension for that when we are doing a slash and spread, so that you can easily overlap it on each other when you're sewing. Now you're going to slash this out and spread it out. You can slash it depending on how full you want that area to be, so there's no particular measurement for the upper part. So after I'm done marking this, now the next step is to go ahead to come up from the waistline. So you can come up by ½ inch or 1 inch slightly from your waistline. Then I will just go ahead to connect this to this point. So this is that band, that part that is like a band at the under bust to waistline of your pattern. Now also for the lower part, we are going to slash and spread it. If you don't want to cut it like a peplum, you are going to slash and spread it and then pleat it, right? So there are 2 ways of doing it: cutting a peplum without your actual side and folding it, or cutting it out this way. So I'll go up by ½ inch by the side while cutting, then I'll cut this out. After I'm done cutting, we are going to slash and spread this particular pattern. So I'm going to start first by working on the lower part. Now for this pattern, you can actually go ahead to use the front pattern to cut the back. It's just that you just have to add like a zipper allowance for the back pattern. So I'll pick the first pattern and pin. So what you do is measure, like space it out. You can like add like 4 5 inches, 3 inches. You place the next pattern. You just want to have an SS that you're going to pleat at the lower part of your pattern. So you see me doing it here. I'm just using 3 inches. This is because it's an illustration. You can use more than that actually. So I'm just going to slash and spread till I get to the last pattern. After that, I'll just go ahead to trace it out. Remember also, you will add 1/2 inch on top for joining. So this is what I have now. So you're going to pleat it just to get that design at the lower part, right? Just pleat it just to get how it looks like at the lower part. So after pleating it, you're also going to use this pattern to cut the back pattern. The only difference is that you're going to add a zipper allowance of 1.5 to 2 inches. So I'll be showing you how to do that much later when I'm explaining how to achieve the back pattern of this dress. So now this is the underbust area. Let's go ahead to slash the upper part. So you can slash yours more than this. I'm just using this because it's an illustration. Now get another pattern paper. We're going to place and spread it out. Now before doing that, I'll add extra inches in front because I said there's an overlap at the front part of the dress, like a crisscross, so that the bust will not show at the center. So that is why I added that 1 inch. So there's an overlap there. So what I'll do is to pin, spread out, and I will pin again, then pin it to the last pattern, right? So after that, we'll go ahead to trace it out. So this is the last one. So after pinning out, you're going to trace the shoulder area and the neckline area. You see me adding that extra inches to the front, then trace out the shoulder of your pattern. Now for the shoulder, you add extra 1 inch because when you stitch that shoulder with 1 inch, you're going to top stitch the extra excess of 1 inch you added. This is so that you can create a channel with it at the upper part of your pattern. Now that part, you now add your elastic, or if you want, you can add a drawstring, drag it, and then tie it. But for this pattern, I think it's an elastic. You add an elastic at the upper part of the shoulder. So this is what I have now. So by the time you add the elastic, it's going to shrink this way. It's going to reduce, right, to give you that gathers effect we have at the front part of the dress. So after gathering it, you join the underbust, then the lower part, right? Just like I said, you can use this pattern to cut the back. All you have to do is to add your zipper allowance to it. There's no need cutting it again because the front and the back is the same, right? So let's do that. Cut out this part of the upper part of the dress, right? What you do is to replace it here. First, the upper part of the bust. So the upper part does not have a zipper. The upper part of the dress does not have a zipper, just as seen at the back, right? It does not have a zipper, so you just have to blend it. That part you took out from the underbust area, you replace it at the upper part of the dress for the back. So now what you do is place down your pattern for the underbust for the front part, and you're going to add 1.5 inches to 2 inches for the zipper allowance. That's all you need. Now also for the back, you will repeat the same thing, right? You just add like a zipper allowance to it. So I'm just going to place my pattern here, use my tape to hold it down. So after holding it down, you're going to add like extra 1.5 to it. This will serve as the zipper allowance for the back. So that's just the only thing you need for this particular pattern. Then you go ahead to cut it out. So if you have any questions so far, please kindly go ahead to ask.